so you think it's a globe? What would be the best way for me to understand a method that I can know that the Earth is a globe? Give me like a method I could test.
I'm not here to prove nothing. I'm just listening.
Oh man, come on, bro.
It's all
Hey,
right.
I'm just listening,
We don't
man.
bite.
Gilcat, honestly, don't even try. These are just mental retards. Don't even.
Oh, come on. No. We're here actually demonstrating that nobody can prove it, and nobody ever has.
Shut up.
So it's all fun and games, right? You think we're joking? It's all fun and games until like you hear us talk to satellite engineers and surveyors, and they can't prove it either.
This is my point of view. Is even if flat earthers are correct, that it doesn't really matter because it's like, well, everybody agrees otherwise, and so if I start saying flat Earth stuff, then people are gonna think I'm a fucking quacko.
Yeah. Okay. So guess what?
I'd
That's
rather
what makes
not
this
be a
so much fun.
So, yeah, I don't like being a quacko. I like being like part of
Well,
society.
no, I mean you're not quack. You're correct, right? I mean there's a difference.
Plus, I love NASA as a kid, so fuck that. You know,
I still love NASA. Okay, I love NASA as a flat earther.
Believe in Santa?
I can name the solar system from heart. You know, I love NASA.
You still believe in Santa too?
The fact we're flat earthers because we study the globe more than you do.
I'm sure.
Right.
All right, so like me just telling you that, and you just deferred to like, well, there's no way that you can prove it. So doesn't that show you that most people are like you? They just believe that it's a globe. And well, like you're saying,
what it tells me is that this is like a topic that you like obviously talk about over and over. Receives like some prepared arguments and stuff. And for me, this is something where if I put an equal amount of preparation into, I absolutely could prove my position. I guarantee it to you.
Well,
But
I would love for that
to be the case.
It's just me going from voice chat to voice chat, casually listening. You know, so it's like
but check this out, man. I like that you're actually saying that. So it's like you say, we have something prepared. Well, we do. But the other side of it too is like we're telling you what I am, is that people don't know that the Earth is a globe. We've spoken to the people whom you might think know, and even those guys defer to other people. So nobody actually knows. We just get like
example. Imagine we had like an like a 24/7 no oxygen channel, right? Where they're saying that when you breathe, like hear me out on this. When you breathe, there's no such thing as oxygen. You're just breathing like something else. I don't know. Let's say there's pretend that's a thing, and I join the channel, and I'm like a person who thinks, okay, when we breathe, one of the things we breathe in is oxygen, along with nitrogen and other things. But you know, so I'm a person who thinks that, and I join the channel. I'm just listening. I don't have like a scientific dissertation prepared in my head to explain that. Oh, we breathe oxygen. That's what I've been taught.
Bro, we just need a measurement.
Shit, you know.
Yeah, but the surface of the Earth is something that you encounter every day of your life, and not only that, you have the same experience that we do when we talk about the Earth. So it's not unlike you to say, well, I'm not an academic, so I can't speak of the matter, because you experience the same Earth that we do. So we're not. Let's put it this way, Billcat. Billcat, hold on. What I'm saying is, yeah, I get your point, right? You can't deep dive into it, like the quantification of the like math or whatever. I get it, but what I am saying is that you can like what we say, what we see, our experience, and what we observe is the same thing that you would. It's not any different. So it's not like we're talking about two different kinds of Earths, if that makes any sense. We're not doing that. We're just saying what we see.
What I'm trying to tell you is, if we're going off of just purely our firsthand observations, right? I have flown several times.
No, we're not.
And in the course of flying, well, he just said experiences, so he's telling me
that's the foundation, dude.
So can I get a sense out? Like, you're asking me questions, you want a response, you have to allow the other person to respond like a mature adult.
But you're mischaracterizing what we're claiming.
You have to let the other person respond if you want to have a mature conversation.
I'm going to stop you from mischaracterizing what we're saying, though.
Yeah.
What is being mischaracterized? Please.
Yeah, our experience is the foundation only. What we've come to the conclusion of flat Earth based off of measurements. Okay, this goes beyond just looking at it. This goes beyond just what's in your visual space.
So what I'm responding to is the person who was previously talking, not you, but the one before them. I didn't say I phoned many times. I phoned a couple times. So I'm specifically.
Okay, so
you said, okay.
Hey, previous person, do you agree with what I said or no?
What is the point of having a conversation here if you're just going to talk over me every time?
Well, if you're just going to mischaracterize what our position is, right?
But what are you like?
What's the point of a conversation?
What are you, a collective consciousness? Our position. I'm responding to one person's statement, not yours, and I don't even remember.
Well, you're mischaracterizing what that person said. Now, maybe the previous person would like to weigh in.
What did that person say?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't finish because you jumped right in after I finished saying that we observe the Earth.
Listened to you for 5 minutes talking.
Like you're doing now, like you just did.
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So when we make our observation, the common human experience is that we see a flat Earth. So that's what we're all seeing, a horizontal plane. But then when we start to actually take it to the next step, which is the point of measurement, we're going to do tests to actually verify that it's not just that what we see, but we can also measure across the surface of it, like in the case of measuring over large bodies of water, which is going to give us the information needed to make the statement that the Earth is not just observably flat, but it's also measurably flat. And we're going to take distances that are going to equal to above and beyond the expected amount of Earth curvature that should obstruct the line of sight distance or a targeting distance, which would be like laser targeting or mirror flash targeting. Anything that we use from point of observation to a target distance, and we can say over a safe distance, right, 15, maybe 20 miles, we're going to be able to tell you that it's not just observed as that, but it's also measured as such. So it's far beyond that too. We navigate across the surface of the Earth as if we're traveling over a horizontal plane. So there's a lot to it, man. Like, and for us to get into it, you're going to have to allow it for the conversation to unfold and not mischaracterize us like the gentleman was saying.
I don't even know what point you're arguing at this point because, truthfully, you just I don't know. It's gone on so long and long. I understand. Yeah, you believe I've mischaracterized you. I'm not trying to mischaracterize you. Yes, you believe you have measurements. That's very interesting. The only point I was making is you had mentioned that oh well, yeah, you're not an academic and I'm not an academic and I don't have to have some academic thing prepared and you're happy that I'm honest about that and you were honest about that, etc. And my point was that okay, well, if you want to talk about like a firsthand experience, I've flown like 3 times in my life, right? I don't know why this guy's like yapping inside chat and lying and saying I've flown many times. Never said that. Said I've flown a few times. I've flown 3 times in my life, and of those times I flew, 2 times I had a window seat and you could see curvature of the Earth, right? That pretty much cemented it in my brain. You could see the curved outline of the Earth. So.
Okay, I didn't want to interrupt you. Did anybody else want to jump in before I start? Okay.
No, take it away. Thanks.
So basically, you made an observation, is what you're saying, right? What you were telling me, you were actually mischaracterizing, or you were starting to, but then Yoder jumped in, and now I made my point clear. So the very thing that you said, you didn't want to, or you were saying that you were going to mischaracterize my position for just making an observation, is exactly what you've done. And so you're saying you saw the Earth looking curved, so therefore it is curved. Is that what you're saying? Just based on an observation?
Saying I, from a first-hand observation, have seen the curvature of the Earth.
Right, that's fine. Would you make the declaration that would solidify that the Earth is a globe based on that observation?
I would say that I have made the observation the Earth is curved, and from that I can conclude that if it continues to curve and curve, it would be circular and then globular because we're in a 3D reality. So.
Okay, so based on your observation, though, right?
Yeah, based off just seeing the curvature.
Okay, see, the thing that you were trying to tell me, because I see a flat Earth, then I'm declaring that it's flat. You were saying that's just incorrect. You can't do that. So now you're doing it. You're basically a hypocrite. You're now doing the thing that you said that I was doing.
You got to be like a little more cohesive on what you're actually trying to say, because I'm not tracking here. I'm listening very carefully.
So you're looking outside of your airplane window and you see the Earth looking like a globe, right? It's curvature.
I see the curvature of it, yeah.
Right. So now you're making the declaration that I see this curvature and I've been told all my life that it is a globe. Therefore, now I know it's a globe because I've seen it with my own eyes. Right?
Yeah, I can conclude that, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty sound.
Well, it's not. So we're going to have to actually figure out, okay, so you saw the curve of the Earth from an airplane window. But I'm here on the ground and I'm saying it looks flat to me, man. I'm making my observation and it looks flat. So we're going to now compare. How do we know who's right? You saw curvature up there. I'm seeing a flat Earth down here. And even some people listen to this. Listen to this. Even some people next to you on their plane could say they see a flat Earth. There, I don't see a curve. I see a flat Earth out there. And you're like, no, I see a curve. Look, it's right there. And they're like, I don't see a curve. I see flat Earth. So how would we find the deciding fact?
Pudding. You just kind of created this hypothetical.
Yeah, we just wait until I'm done, and then you'll just wait till I'm done. You're very rude by interrupting me. Wait till I'm done.
You've done several times.
Wait till I'm done.
You had Master Yoder cut me off when he was mischaracterized.
Yeah, but wait till I'm done.
Your position according to you, and you cut me off during that.
Because I wasn't done yet.
I'm going to cut you off right now and say you're mischaracterizing. I don't know what this is right now.
No, I'm not mischaracterizing you. I'm not mischaracterizing you. I'm not mischaracterizing you.
Well, what if your fellow passenger said the Earth was flat? It never happened though. So what do you?
Yeah, it does, because there's people in this room that have flown in a plane.
It didn't happen on the flight that I was on. So what are you talking about?
It doesn't matter. People have flown in planes and said that the Earth looks flat. All right, so people have done that. There's people that exist, and they're in this room right now that have flown in a plane and said that the Earth is flat. That has happened. So okay, let me just tell you this. I want to get to my point. So if you're saying that the Earth looks curved from an airplane window, and somebody says it looks flat, what would be the deciding factor that gets us to understand whether it's one way or the other? How would we know?
I'm not going to engage in a hypothetical, which hasn't happened.
No, this isn't a hypothetical. People actually fly every single day.
I was in an airplane. Nobody on the flight said it. You said, "What if your
fellow passenger?" Doesn't matter, dude. Listen,
passenger said it.
You're not the only person. Listen, brother, you're not the only person who's ever flown in a plane. So you can't just make it like only you and the passengers in your plane. Because anybody who's flown in a plane at the altitude that you've been at, they could see the Earth for themselves, and they can make the declaration like you did, whether it's a globe or flat based on what they see. And there's a lot of people that say that the Earth is flat from an airplane window. I know that because I've heard of it. People always say it.
When have I ever said they can't do that?
Well, right now you said, well, not in my plane. Well, it doesn't. I'm not talking about just your plane.
You said your quote, exact quote, my fellow passengers. Exact words.
So if your fellow passenger, one person would be arguing with you, would be like, dude, how would you find? It doesn't matter. What I'm saying.
They're not my fellow. Just say other people.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Yeah, it's a hypothetical and it's practical because you didn't ask every passenger either. You didn't do that either, so you don't know. So what I'm saying is, though, if somebody was to say that to you, how would you find out what the real meaning of what you see is? How would you be able to know whether or not it's curved? So you'd have to be able to measure it, wouldn't you? Go back down to the ground and see if you can measure the curve. Because if you've seen it, it's there. Therefore, when you go back down to the ground, it would still be there. It wouldn't go away. It would still be there. And so the guy who thinks he saw the Earth as flat in the airplane window would be proven or disproven based upon a measurement on the surface. Then at the surface level, you could say, okay, let's do this. Let's test to see if we have this drop over distance because we have a curving surface. The surface of the Earth being a geometric shape like a globe, it would have the property of the surface having that curved path, along the line of sight. So if you have a line of sight and you say, okay, at a far distance away, we can't see anymore, and that's because the Earth is cutting it off because it's dropping away. We can't see further past the curve. That's fine. If you're able to prove that, then the guy who's sitting next to you, hypothetically, like I said, would be able to say, okay, you've proved your case. The Earth is curved because you measured it. There's at a certain distance away, it's predictable to say that we can't see anything farther past that because the Earth's curve would be in the way. So therefore, you would be able to prove to him that not only did you see it up there when you were in a high altitude, but you proved it because it was measured as such on the surface.
Such as this, for example, right here. Here you go.
Such as what?
You said you wanted measurements on the ground.
You gotta be kidding me. The Netflix special?
All right. Yeah, but dude, they didn't measure the surface of the Earth to be curving. Okay, so if that's your evidence that
you're disagreeing with their methodology.
No, I'm disagreeing that the fact that you use somebody from the internet, like a YouTube video, instead of pulling from academia. I'm disappointed that you didn't pull from academia and you actually pulled from YouTube video of some guy. You said,
hold on, you said you were giving me. No, you mischaracterized me again. I'm going to talk over you for a moment.
No, I'm gonna have to hold you to this, dude. You're using a guy who's a known. And you said he was a flat earther. Yeah, dude, no one's going to be able to hear us because you're just over talking me.
I think we need a different tact with this, guys. I think our friend
talking down to me.
I think our friend should.
Quiet.
Bill Cat, why don't you walk us through the details of what they did?
Oh, what do you mean?
Please walk us through the details of what they did in the link you provided. Okay, the audience wants to hear you explain it, especially for those listening.
So what they did, right, is they had two different people at like two different positions, and they had them like talking on radios and shit, right? And they had one person like really fucking far this direction, and then one person really fucking far the other direction, right? Far enough where if there was no curvature of the Earth, they would be able to point a laser through a hole, and it would be able to go straight and then reach the other people, right? It would be able to reach the other piece of, like, I guess they're using like a piece of wood or something like that, and you'd be able to see the laser, right? But because of the way they do it, and when they do the curvature of the Earth, and they try to adjust for it, you can still see the laser, even though you shouldn't be able to see it.
Just quickly, just a question, because you keep saying laser. Would a flashlight count as a laser, do you think?
I don't think that's concentrated enough, is it?
Like a regular flashlight, would you call that a laser? Like, would that be comparable to a laser, do you think?
Close enough, yeah. Like, for the purpose of the experiment.
You did a lot of things incorrect. Like, you didn't state for the audience what the distance was away. You were very ambiguous. It's too far. It was far away, far enough. That's not an actual numeric value. You have to give a known distance to actually get an
explanation. You just asked for like a general what's going on in the video.
Yeah.
Well, they have this.
Yeah, how they determine how high up they were? How high up from what?
I gave you like a layman's explanation of it.
Yeah, okay, so how'd they determine how high up they were? And how high up from what?
I don't remember. I just had a layman's explanation of it. They just had like one.
So you don't know how they measured their own heights?
Dude, you got to calm down. I'm just having a
No, I'm just pointing out that you have no idea what you're fucking talking about, because I know you didn't watch it. Want to know how I know I know that you didn't watch it? It's because they didn't use a fucking laser. That's how I know you never watched it.
English not my first language.
Obviously not. So why are you presenting something beyond your ability to? Why are you presenting something beyond your ability to detail for the audience?
You're criticizing me now because it's not my first language. Like what are you, dude?
Well, hold on. The other guy, DJ, just asked if you knew the difference between a laser and a flashlight. You clearly did.
Beyond my comprehension.
So now you're lying.
Now you're just making shit up.
No, you're fucking lying.
Now you're just making shit up.
No, it's because the previous guy, DJ, basically had you clarify the difference between a flashlight and a laser, and now you're telling us that you didn't really know the difference between a flashlight and a laser.
What is the difference?
So you don't even know the difference between a flashlight and a laser? It sounded like I thought from DJ you told him you knew the difference. I don't know this
language. Well, clarify for me.
Sorry, I mean, I'm not going to teach you the difference.
I'm not either.
You know it all. Can't explain very basic thing to me.
Collimated light. All right, now go Google that shit.
Collimated light? Can you be more specific?
Collimated. Yeah, there's a collimator. Do you know what a collimator is?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, you don't know anything about the claim that you presented to us as proof of a globe.
Huh?
So you're going to have to go back to the fishing hole and find something else, because we threw this fish back in the water. It was fucking lame.
What are you talking about, man? I just posted some YouTube video and I was like, hey, here's like a layman's explanation of it.
You don't know anything about it, dude. It's not a layman's explanation. A layman would be able to tell it in some kind of way, make sense of it. You couldn't even do that.
Yeah, that's what layman's are good for.
You asked for like a layman's explanation. I just gave you like
a layman should be able to break it down in clear terms for the average man.
Yeah, they have
you're not doing a layman's explanation, dude. I'm sorry, but you're not doing a layman's explanation. You're not doing that.
Yeah, you're bullshitting, dude. That's what you were doing.
You're bullshitting. That's
a layman's explanation, man. I don't know what.
No, you're not.
What am I bullshitting about? What am I bullshitting about?
You don't know anything about this.
We should rename Bill Cat Bullshit.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this. You presented something confidently, like you knew what you were going to do, and then at the end, you had nothing about it. I didn't present
anything confidently. I just presented a clip, and you said we need measurements on the ground. I'm like, well, here's a measurement on the ground.
Yeah, what's your native language, Bill Cat?
I'm very unhappy, bro. I understand why. I just posted
what's your native language?
And that was it.
Yeah. What's your native language, Bill Cat?
Hey, I'm not doxing myself. Fuck that.
Doxing yourself? What? You speak a language of what? Like, I'm the only one who speaks Klingon.
Only 55,000 speak this language. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Or whatever. All right. So we found out that you don't even know anything about what you just presented. Not even a layman's explanation, as you said. You didn't even do it as a layman.
I just gave like a layman's.
No, you didn't. Absolutely not. No, you didn't. That's an absolute lie. You're bullshitting your way through something you thought was evidence.
I just gave like an explanation of it, man. That's all I did.
It's bullshit, dude. Admit it. You're just bullshitting your way through. You're not giving a layman's explanation. That's a bunch of shit.
You just asked for some measurements on the ground, so I'm like,
and you didn't prove it. You did not prove it.
Did I make any claim to prove? I just said,
Yeah,
hey,
you said I got here are the measurements right here. Here's a video. There's a video. There's a measurement.
I think you're assigning a lot of like emotional, like ego language to this that didn't really happen. You know, I just like the video in the side chat. You know?
Yeah, which you didn't know anything about. That was clear.
I gave a pretty good layman's explanation.
No, you didn't. You're bullshitting your way through. Thought you were going to get away with it, but then now we're pointing the fact that you didn't know anything about it is showing you're just bullshitting your way through it.
I think I gave a pretty good layman's explanation of it.
No, yeah, in your own head. But what we listened to was somebody bullshitting their way through something.
Please calm down. Take a breather. Whatever
dude.
disagreement we're having here, we can talk about civilly. Okay. We can talk about
civilly. What we're talking about civilly is your inability to be able to articulate any point that you have to offer.
In the side chat for you, okay? I think this is going to help you out here. Let me take a look at that. What do you think of that, man? Can you give me like your explanation on that generation lead right there? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, so you're not going to talk about the subject matter at hand. You're going to talk about something else.
Well, for a while,
you eat paint chips.
About my tell us how many paint chips you like to eat. And things like that. I mean, Yoder was going on.
We really don't. He was trying to ask you to be honest, but we really don't give a shit what language you speak, dude. Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Why would you? I'm just some guy on the internet.
Yeah, who's randomly coming in here thinking he knows what he's talking about, and he doesn't. Just like every other Glober that comes in.
Dude, I literally came in here to be quiet. What are you talking about? You engaged me over and over and over. I just sat here and I was like listening quietly for like a good 30 minutes, just quietly.
Your accent's so unique, I can hardly place it.
But it's very clear you don't know.
Like every time you try to like add some emotional language, I just kind of push it back.
Yeah, whatever, dude. It doesn't matter. Like right now, all we need to know is if you're able to tell us how you know the Earth is a globe or not, and just admit, hey, I don't know. I'm just a belief.
I just went up in the plane and I saw it out I fucking saw the curvature of the Earth. That's like my solid.
Yeah, you
beyond that is
somebody listen, brother.
Listen, you asked me how I knew from personally me, right? I don't know the scientific explanation for it. I just looked out the window and I saw it, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, what's funny is you were ragging on me when I was telling you I observed the Earth is flat. Oh, you observed the Earth is flat. How do you know it's flat? You seeing it's flat?
Well, said,
you were telling me a lot of shit, dude, and then you go and do an observation, and it's just fucking hunky dory.
If you don't like airplanes, you can go up in a hot air balloon.
No. We're talking about an observation. You make an observation and it's the bee's knees. But when I make my observation of flat Earth, you're like, oh, well, it can't be. It's no flat Earth. Like,
please calm down again. Calm down. I've tried to extend the olive branch. Dude. I've tried to extend the olive branch to you several times and said maybe we just have different perspectives, literally in physical reality based off.
So how can we determine that the Earth is one way or the other? Is what I was getting you to realize. What's the determining factor?
You started talking about measurements on the ground. I said, "Well, I think
that's how you determine.
You shoot a satellite straight up into the air. Well, we'd be able to get like a perfect perspective of everything.
No. Listen, brother. Listen to me when I say this. You don't leave the Earth to measure the Earth. You don't leave it. You stay on it. You're on the Earth. The Earth's surface. Listen to me when I say this to you, man. The Earth's surface should follow a curvilinear path because it's curving. It's a globe.
A lot of scientific mumbo jumbo, but let me tell you,
no, it's not, dude. You're being a dumbass right now. No, it's not.
You ever go hunting before? Let me answer that. You ever go hunting?
No. You're not answering my question, brother.
Ever in your life have you?
I'm not going to answer your bullshit question right now.
If you can't engage with a simple hypothetical, then
dude, listen to me.
Listen to me. Take a breather and look at yourself.
Shut up.
I'm just trying to engage you calmly.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're being a weasel. You're being a weasel. Nope.
Anyone here gone hunting before? Anyone at all?
I'm gonna count to 3, dude. You better let me finish what I'm saying.
You're gonna count.
What you need to do. Shut up, dude. Shut up. What you need to do is measure the surface of the Earth to determine whether or not what it is. You're not going to be able to do it, but you're not going to be able to do it going farther away from the surface like you want to with your satellite. You can't do it with that. You have to do it on the surface.
Baseless assertion that you have to measure in the particular way you demand.
It's the way that the surface would be conforming to if you're on it.
I'm trying to engage with you. Right, in a conversation, but you just continue to insist that
Did you just say a satellite measures the Earth?
Yeah, he's trying to get away from the surface. I'm like, dude,
can you provide the deets?
This is a lot of emotional and angry conversation. I'm trying to engage with you all, honestly. This is like
shut your dumb ass up, dude, with your bullshit ass. I'm just calm. And you're not calm.
See,
Shut up.
This is the lead brain aggression is what happens with these older Gen Xers, probably about 40 years old, is the amount
Skip
of lead.
skip the meta, skip the meta and get
right
to
here. It's the lead aggression. The lead aggression, very bad.
Meta. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Skip the meta.
so
and get
basically,
your,
Bowcat, you're accusing people in here of eating lead chips. And meanwhile, you're the one that is presenting evidence for a globe and basically stepping on garden rakes and smacking yourself in the face every which way you go.
Were alive during that time period. You were Gen X and you were in a car.
Yeah. So okay. So can you generalize and paint with a broad brush your prejudices anymore?
Prejudices towards Gen Xers.
Yeah.
The lead brain.
Yeah, you seem to have an axe to grind against Gen Xers. Not that I'm one, but maybe I am. Maybe some of the others are. Who knows? But you have no idea who we are.
I don't mind millennials when they're not so lead brained. Some of them are like we're living.
Yeah.
In
Well, okay. So you just believe that you can see curvature of the Earth from an airplane.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. That's how I also know you're a liar.
I personally saw it on 2 flights that I was on.
Okay. So how much curvature should you see if Earth is a globe from an airplane?
I don't fucking know, dude. A couple. Yeah.
So what makes you think you're seeing curvature then? Fucking retard.
I fucking saw it with my eyeballs. Like what?
Idiot. You're an idiot, bro.
Like I know how much you should see. Honestly, I did the math to test it.
Let me give you an example. You could very honestly engage and say, well, hey, actually, no, that's not what you saw. You saw this, or there's an explanation, or it's an optical illusion, or this. But instead, you're
How about this? Check the side chat.
Instead of
the construction of airplane windows are curved.
That is one argument. That's one argument. But instead of just saying that to me, you're both.
Dude, shut your yapper, man. He's telling you something. Shut up.
The structure of airplane windows are curved. Number one. Number two, let's do a geometric test. I'll pop open the details.
Let me cite what I said to you. I said if the window is making it curved, then why in the original photo of the outside of plane that you sent and other people have sent several others is it flat? If it's the windows, and why is that? Like you can't if it's always the window.
Well, I'll tell you why you can't see curve. It's because from even like 31,000 feet, you should be seeing 0.07% of the Earth's surface, and you think you're seeing curvature. Yeah, bullshit. It looks flat. Even if it's a globe, it looks flat from up there.
You can just look out and you can see it. Like I don't understand why. Like you're just telling me my eyes are wrong, but you're basically just lying.
This guy.
Yeah. So I'll go further. Want to see an infrared hyper zoom of the horizon?
I can just look at a satellite picture.
I can give you a method that you can actually test for yourself.
I can just go to the ISS live feed right now if I want.
Oh yeah, I can go to CloudSat and I can show you a flat horizon from CloudSat. Why is that?
Just go to the ISS feed. I don't know.
Yeah, did you know that CloudSat actually has a camera that faces sideways and looks at the horizon of Earth? It's fucking flat.
But all I have to do
is that. I want to see that, Master.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me go dig that up.
Let me get you a link. Sure.
No, you don't need to show me the ISS footage, okay? Because from the ISS, it shouldn't look curved either. Geometrically.
I don't think you really have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh no, I've done the math, okay, and I've tested it. You haven't. You just accept that what you're seeing is globe curvature. When if that's the case, then you must think Earth is a very tiny ball.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, and you got to rewind. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't hold up to the geometric constraints of what the globe ought to be.
You just said I went to go to the live feed and it's been down for an hour. It's got to go back up. But I guess they do that every day for me.
All right, let me post CloudSat.
I just don't understand why you're so upset about me saying I went in the plane, I saw a couple degrees of curvature. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because you wouldn't see a couple degrees of curvature. Nobody has, and nobody can.
And in commercial flights, you can Google right now, can you see the curvature of the Earth on commercial flights? Yes, you can. You literally
it violates physics.
Right, you can Google it.
Even from your own side, right? Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, who hates flat earthers, by the way. Okay, even he said from 10 times the height of a plane, which would be the height of the Richard Branson Virgin Galactic flight, he said that he did the calculations and you wouldn't even see the curvature of the Earth from that height.
That's an argument of authority. That's all that is. Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, that's someone from your own side who's an astrophysicist.
I have no side. I don't know what side
you're on. The globe side. You're on the globe Earth side.
That's reality, bro. I don't have a side.
No. The reality is that you wouldn't see a couple of degrees of curvature from the height of a plane. You would only see 0.1% of the surface of the Earth from that height. Even if it was a globe, you wouldn't see it.
from the perspective of an airplane. You can literally Google it right now, look it up, see the curvature. Like, it's not that hard.
All right, I'm about to post some electro-optical infrared and LiDAR scans of the horizon from CloudSat.
This again for you. Here we are in the plane, looking over.
Oh, okay, well, I'll post a photo from
1,120
my
kilometers. Here's 1,120 kilometers of a swath of the horizon taken from CloudSat using LiDAR.
We can settle this debate very interestingly by just getting the highest perspective, the most we can of the Earth. So that's the simplest explanation we should do.
I'm posting
the highest perspective we possibly
satellite images of a flat horizon, Billcat.
Why would we? What possible loss could we have then, if that's the case? Why don't we just send a satellite up and see?
He's muted everybody. He's on a platform on his own.
I haven't muted anybody at all. I'm sitting right here.
All right. Then listen to what he's saying when he's talking. You overtalk him.
What I'm telling him is I'm telling him.
You're overtalking me now.
Satellite up. Okay. I can't even say a word edgewise. It's sad.
Yeah. Well, why are you getting upset, bro? Relax. Calm down.
No one's upset, man.
You are. Just relax, dude. Just calm down.
Hear you with your bag of chips, man.
Yeah, just calm down, bro. Just relax. Just calm down. Relax.
It's okay.
It's gonna be all right.
So the active infrared of CloudSat's really cool because you can actually see condensation and evaporation lines from the surface to form clouds, and from the clouds when they condense and start to rain. So in some of these images that you see in the hyperspectral colors, you can see that the evaporation and condensation lines are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the flat ground. Again, this viewing angle presents about a 1,100 kilometer swath.
So why don't we
just
curvature. Send something up into the sky to look down to see the curvature of the Earth, if it is there or not, like a satellite, for example?
Well, that's what I'm presenting. I'm presenting what's called a limb view. It's a sideways view, looking out at the horizon, not straight down like you might be accustomed to.
Why aren't you just directly answering my question?
I am, actually. I'm presenting you exactly what you claim to have evidence of, and it contradicts your claim.
Posit the Earth is flat. Okay. So why don't we just send a satellite straight up? And see
this is a satellite.
Not like why don't you send a satellite? No, what? Send me what you're looking at.
This is called CloudSat, okay? And this is from the Calypso
I'm actually curious
platform using what's called the Calliope sensor. And I've got all the documentation you could ever dig into if you want to verify this claim.
I mean, give me a link to what you're looking at, please. I just like charts.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you a link to the whole library of images from the website run by the National Oceanographic and Aeronautic Administration.
I'm curious to new information. This is something I'm interested in. Let me see.
Yoder out here doing God's work.
All right, here are multiple daily scans of the horizon, flat, going back for years.
So standard part of a training satellite. Well, let's take a look here. This is very interesting stuff. You see. Let's look at the 30th.
Oh, it gets even more interesting because CloudSat is actually claimed to be a self-orbiting satellite. You can read about the launch using a Delta Heavy rocket to lift everything into orbit. But here's the funny thing. Let me post you an image I found from a slide deck.
Let me take a look here. I'm looking at the Calypso satellite. It's interesting. Let me see.
All right, here's where it gets interesting. Next image. All right, so this next image shows in red is the track of the satellite as it goes back and forth between, it looks like Palestine, Texas, and parts of North Africa and Europe. You know what's in Palestine, Texas? It's called the Columbia Scientific Ballooning Facility.
So the Calypso mission Cloud Aerosol LiDAR and Infrared Pathfinder satellite observations represents a collaboration between NASA and the French space agency CNES. Launched on April 28, 2006, the satellite was conceived to enhance the understanding of the role clouds and aerosols play in Earth's climate system and air quality. Aerosols, tiny particles. Like, yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing out loud, but I'm going to read it. I don't want to, unless you want me to, but I'm just going to.
No, it's okay. I know what it is already. But what I'm presenting to you now in chat is from their own slide deck showing in red. Those are balloon tracks. Why is this a balloon track when this is also supposed to be a satellite orbit?
So please hear me. So before I can respond to specific things, I'm trying to get some context here, right? Just like some basic information on what the satellite is, what it does, how it scans things. So that's what I I have to figure that stuff out before I can answer why is it doing this or that. Well, I don't know. I have to figure out like how this works. So please give me a moment.
Okay, well, happy reading. Also interesting that they're using a projection of Earth that puts the latitude and longitude at equidistant of each other. So that's equidistant meridians. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So how fast is this thing moving?
Well, I mean, if it's in orbit where they say it is, it's supposed to be going like 18,000 miles per hour.
So that's apparently how it works right there. So it measures a vertical line of clouds and aerosolized particles completing a near polar sun-synchronous orbit.
That's not true. That depiction isn't true.
Completing approximately 14.
I've got the schematics. It's sideways.
Orbit ensures consistent daylight conditions for measurements, enabling global data collection. This is just that's what you're looking at.
Your artistic rendition, whoever was the artist that drew that, is wrong. That's not the satellite's looking sideways.
I'm just looking at what like NASA.
Yeah, and I've also presented you
is NASA like
countervailing data.
How their satellite works, or I'm just trying to get like a basic understanding of this here. It seems to me very confusing to use data from a satellite that you're claiming that they're lying about. Like I don't understand. I'm just looking at the basic explanation.
Well, there's a point. It's called invoking a hostile witness. If this is a courtroom, it's because basically the other side, your side, actually provides information that contradicts your own side. And we're just calling that out. So this is basically a blow to your credibility.
It says Calypso uses, let me read the full paragraph. The combination of these advanced instruments allows Calypso to provide detailed vertical profiles, capturing not just the horizontal spread, but also the height and aerosols of aerosols and clouds. So the point of it isn't to measure what you're claiming. It's not measuring that axis that you're claiming it is. It's measuring this line because it's trying to measure, like if you're looking at
a
side slice, think
horizontal.
Of like it's not true.
Showing the horizon, and it's showing evaporation lines that are parallel to each other. That's a geometric Euclidean reality that you can't escape.
This just simply does not do what you're claiming it does. Like,
what did I claim that you said it's not doing?
It doesn't measure the horizon.
I'm showing you that it shows you the horizon.
No, you've taken charts here, right? And you're just simply misunderstanding what it's showing you.
Oh, where's the curvature of the Earth then?
It's in the fucking graph. Do you not understand what it's measuring?
I do understand what it's measuring.
So think of like a human body, right? When it's like
it's measuring condensation and evaporation.
Okay, what does that mean?
Rain and evaporation. So like when the oceans get warm and all the little water molecules start to jump around and get excited and they go wee and they go straight up into the air.
What do you call those?
It's showing that. And when the clouds get really cold and start to shiver and they shake all the water and the water condenses and falls back down to Earth as rain, that's what it's also showing. And it's got such a wide view, it can actually show you polar stratospheric clouds. What is a polar stratospheric cloud? Like, holy shit, what's the altitude of that thing?
That was a layman's explanation right there. You got to learn what a layman's explanation is. Okay, that was one.
See,
right, so what it shows is these evaporation and condensation lines, like I said for the 50th time, are parallel to each other and perpendicular to the surface.
Right, so what you're not understanding, once again, I'm trying to explain this to you, is it is not measuring the horizon of the Earth.
On a globe, those are going to be radial with a common center of mass. Because you think gravity is pulling everything inward like spokes on a bicycle wheel.
which means the spokes can't be parallel to each other on a bicycle wheel, right? Just like the condensation evaporation lines can't be parallel to each other on a globe.
Ask you a simple question: is a spoke on a bicycle wheel curved or straight?
They're straight and they're not parallel to each other.
They're straight.
Just jumping around now.
No fucking shit, they're straight.
So then why would this fucking satellite...
Actually, hold on a second. If we want to take this to a higher technical level, you don't have straight plums. It's called deflection of the vertical in surveying.
Point. The reason this fucking satellite's not going to show you the curvature of the Earth is the same reason that if you have the bicycle spoke is straight from one spot to the other, even though a bicycle wheel is circular, the fucking spoke is straight, because from the perspective of it, from where it's going, it's straight down. That's why.
It's a sideways camera view of the horizon, okay? Why is there no curve?
It's literally a vertical camera.
No, it's not.
It fucking...
I told you that your artist depiction is wrong. And I can present to you, let me just show you. Okay, I'm going to go dig through the schematic.
So NASA is lying then. It's fucking a vertical camera.
No, they're not. I don't know what fucking source you're reading from when I pulled the actual design documents of this thing that are public. Let me go retrieve them. It'll be a minute.
CalOp has a high vertical resolution of 30 meters in the low troposphere and 60 meters above that.
Yeah, vertical. It's looking sideways so it can scan vertically.
You said vertical and you disagreed with it. You said
you tried to present this as vertical, like looking straight down, dumbass. It's looking sideways to get the vertical datum. Yeah, I'm still here. So for the audience wondering what it's called the microwave limb sounder. It's part of the CloudSat constellation flying behind some of the main platforms, and its job is to look sideways.
Let me size this here for you. Here you go.
You realize CloudSat's not one platform, right?
There you go.
It's a program involving multiple platforms, multiple satellites with multiple capabilities.
Honestly, I just find it very amusing that you...
And they find a constellation they call an A-train configuration.
I just personally find it very amusing. You'll cite NASA, but then when I'm just sitting there reading about this thing from NASA, you're like, nope, that's
okay.
Hostile witness.
It's because you're trying to mischaracterize what it is. You've been trying to mischaracterize everything everybody here's been saying since you first started yapping.
Hostile witness.
Yeah, you are.
No, you said that NASA was a hostile witness.
Oh, you're a hostile witness to NASA.
I'm a hostile witness to NASA.
Yeah, NASA's providing evidence of a flat horizon. And you're contradicting that.
I think you're just a little bit incorrect, and I think I've...
No, I'm actually precisely correct.
You can't autocorrect this, Zoomer. You can't autocorrect this. It's just the way it is.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Would you like to play again?
Vertical resolution. So, what are you arguing?
Insert coin to continue.
He wants to get closer to his mic as if you didn't hear him. I'm telling you, as a child, he got so ignored. He got so ignored that he had to do with interrupt people, and his parents were talking, and they probably gave him negative attention. They probably did. Go back to your room, Tommy. And he's just like, dude, I'm telling you. Every time someone speaks, you like to interrupt. That's what you do. That's your deal.
I think maybe because it makes you a little unhappy.
I don't care what it makes me. It just shows that you're an idiot.
I don't care what it makes me. Oh, you don't?
No, I don't. Yeah, he crashed out. He's just waiting to respond to you, Yoder. Even though you showed him that he's using some information he can't even tell you how he understands it to be true. You showed him this is what NASA's actually showing us, the flat horizon.
Yep, and he's confirming what we're saying is true and trying to mischaracterize it as if it disagrees with what we're saying. So, yeah, I mean, he's actually now the hostile witness to NASA's claim. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I mean, NASA's also a hostile witness to NASA, which is also funny.
And I like the fact that he's triggered and he gets close to his mic and doing the thing that's antithetical to the thing he said he was trying to do onto me, calm me down. He's all uptight about it. Bro, relax. You're not right. Oh, you're muted because you don't know how to like let other people speak, bro. You're like a squirrel on crack. I said that earlier. You're just like bouncing all over the place. What do you think you guys' generation is called? Zoomers. Duh. The ADHD generation, brother. Yeah, but funny enough, you're on this platform not speaking and you're listening to me. How ironic is that? Yeah, that's all you have in your brain of those memes. A layman's explanation. That's funny, dude.
Like what's funny is I find in this presentation deck these red ground tracks going from Palestine, Texas, quite clearly out to the east, and then actually looping and coming back. So like southern jet stream or northern jet stream, southern jet stream, I guess. And it's a ton of squiggly lines going around. Like this is not a satellite orbit in the traditional sense of a globe. So what I was saying earlier is you can read about like the launch of CloudSat satellite, multiple launches, big heavy rockets to boost these things really high up into orbit. And it's like, okay, if these things are doing the loop-de-loop around a ball, how come we see this loop-de-loop back and forth between America and Europe? Doing like a hard U-turn, hairpin turn around Texas and another hairpin turn around Greece. I find that fascinating. Not sure what's going on or how they're controlling that. I've got some ideas, though. Oh, maybe we should believe that they're augmenting the orbiting space junk with scientific balloons for the same program, the CloudSat program. Maybe that's it, guys. They totally have self-orbiting satellites, but they also use the balloons.
All their orbital paths are meant to be natural.
Oh, thanks, Morvis. Palestine. Yeah. Well, I mean, AV pretty much exposed this guy. Like he was telling us his debate bro tactic to try and just remain calm because it only works when one of the other party is spurging out of control.
Yeah.
Like that's all he was here for. Just tossing shit at the wall. Here's Jaren's freaking laser test. Didn't know a thing about. I see curvature from airplanes. Didn't know a thing about that. Well, satellites prove the Earth is curved. ISS footage. I mean, this is just basic, like tier 1, level 1 Glober shit.
Yeah, bless his heart. He tried. Well, I mean, tried in his own way. Not that he met any standard of like actually accomplishing his goal. Yeah, you were like, I'm your Huckleberry. That's just my game. You he took him to NASA, and he's like, he lost his shit. Oh, you're showing me NASA. You can't show me NASA. You guys don't like NASA. I'm like, well, gonna use this as a hostile witness.
Yep. Oh, dude, I already had the next step ready. Like, oh, you like satellites, bitch? All right. Let's go to the Goddard Space Flight Center, satellite tracking query. Go read that magnetic flux tube of force thing and go explain that to me.
I was telling in the text chat, I was like, Yoder's the soy whisperer.
I said that.
That shit was funny.
Yeah.
Cause, bro, they come in here nothing but gimmicks, man. Like, I'm tired of that shit. Like, I can at least attempt to listen to what the person say. He was like not even listening, bro. It's like, oh man.
Oh, like, you crave substantive conversations.
Yeah,
you might
dude.
be lucky if you get one a week.
Fucking something, bro. Like, I would give it to him if he just at least repeated back or what you're like something, dude. Just give me something to work with.
Yeah, like honesty.
Ugh.
I mean, there's something to be said for our tenacity in this space. Like the staying power we have, the duration we have, we can outlast and tread any troll that comes in here. We've been forged through the fires and flames of the worst ridicule, the craziest targeting. I mean, it's pretty insane what this topic does to people and the kind of abuse you endure over it. It's only made us better at what we do.
Yeah, I like it. Yep. And then we got the homies to share it with, like Anti-Globalist, Neclos, 20 Cups.
Shout out.
I appreciate you guys. Sometimes you do just want to sit back and listen to somebody else take it, you know? You love frustrating the plans of the wicked, though, don't you, Yoder?
Yeah, that's my main shtick, if you're gonna call it that. I love that. I love to frustrate their plans.
Oh my goodness.
You got to kind of match their energy and tone. You give them a chance or two.
Good luck matching that tone.
Yeah. And when you can't do it, that's when you turn on the juice, you know?
That was comedic timing on that, though, Globalist. Yeah, because he's a soy boy, right? So it's like, how are you going to match that tone? Unless he becomes soy-like.
Yeah, you got to kind of lead them on so that they unknowingly strap themselves to their own electric chair.
Hey, Matthew,
and then
are you
give
there?
The honors.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm here. So,
hey, do you think if a flat earther came in here and made a really ridiculous argument, we'd call them out?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Did you notice that when the last globe earther came in here and made a bunch of ridiculous arguments, you didn't call him out?
Right, because this is your forum, not mine.
Okay. Just wanted to point that out.
Okay.
Yeah, got to close your links, huh?
Appreciate the admission. Thank you, Matthew. Matthew agrees his arguments were bogus.
Yeah, stronger together, right?
But I didn't hear all of his arguments. But in general, I don't think you can prove that the Earth is a globe.
A torch and a laser are the same thing? You can see the curvature from an airplane.
Why did we? I don't know. Imagine taking elevation scans, but you're looking straight down.
Yeah, like if that's straight down, like what's that horizontal line supposed to even be? If it's not the horizon. All right. Any more globe earthers in here? Who's next? I think they're all done.
Hey, yeah, insert coin to continue.